What is up, guys? Winner Kills here. Welcome to a new deck profile. Yes, this is I realize this isn't a real deck profile, an IRL deck profile like we usually do, but some people have requested that we do a Gouki Knightmare deck profile from the one that was featured in the duel video of this deck versus Invoked Mech Knight. That video did really well, and you guys had an awesome response to it, at least for the most part. I think there was some confusions revolving around how, you know, he wasn't able to fusion summon with Invocation on the board, but I believe it was because Dimensional Barrier was activated, and it's not because he got cheated. I think it's because he had D-Barrier and he activated it, and he wasn't able to fusion summon because Meltdown doesn't stop D-Barrier in a sense, so I think that's what happened there, and it's partially my fault for not catching it and making note of it in my commentary, so I do apologize for that. But this is going to be a bit of an in-depth profile. The guy, a good friend of mine, he sent me the list, a screenshot of it. I exported it into YGO Pro, and he sent me some notes to go along with it on Discord. By the way, if you haven't joined Discord, join the Discord, link in the description. We could always use more members. But anyways, he sent me some notes, so we're going to be going over the list, and then what he had to say about the list in general. So, and then some other card choices he's playing as well. So, to get started, we have Gouki Hug Bear or Bear Hug, Gouki Riscorpio, and then 3 Suplex. Suplex is, I'll read the, I think this is the on the bottom here is the TCG name. A Twist Cobra, 3 copies of Headbat, 2 copies of Octo Stretch, and then 3 copies of Galaxy Worm. I believe this is for instant access to the Invoker. I had this dropped on me a couple of times as, you know, going first, the Galaxy Worm play, and do another Galaxy Worm and do Invoker. 3 Marauding Captain. This card is a throwback. It's very interesting to see this card in the deck. Basically, your opponent cannot target warrior monsters for attacks except this one. When this card is normaled, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. So as you can see, this plays in very well with this deck, as you know, all the Goukis, one summons one and then the other summons another one. It just fits in with the spam profile that this deck is all about. So 3 Marauding Captain, 3 Ash, Blossom and Joyous Spring, and then of course triple Ghost Ogre. 1 copy of Junk Forward, basically a level 3 Cyber Dragon, if you will. If you control the monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then of course 1 Knightmare Corruptor Ibly from the latest set. And then we have 3 Designator from the grave, recalled by the grave. A playset of Golden Bamboo Sword, Cursed Bamboo Sword, and then 1 Broken Bamboo Sword. This is a draw engine, obviously. 2 copies of Gouki Rematch, or Gouki Rematch, 1 Rhoda, 1 Soul Charge, and 1 copy of Monster Born. For the extra deck, as you can see, a whole lot of Link monsters. 1 MX Saber Invoker, 1 Link Karibo, 1 of each Troymare, Mermaid, Goblin, Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and Griffin. 2 copies of Isold, of course, this being probably the best card in the deck, especially for as Goukis are concerned, playing that they're all warriors. A copy of Decode, 1 copy of Trigate Wizard, 1 copy of Firewall Dragon. This card is just dumb in here because its second effect is not a hard once per turn. This is why I think Firewall will end up getting banned at some point in the future, because that secondary effect is just way too strong. You know, I can imagine having 3 and then being able to use the bounce effect, the return effect, 2 other times on top of the one, you know, that you'd be making. And then of course a copy of Borload, and last but not least 1 Underclock Taker. So I will go ahead and read over the notes real quick. So Gouki, the Gouki lineup is fine. And again, this is the notes from the player who actually played the deck, on his card choices and stuff like that. So lineup is fine the way I think, and I don't know if there's any reason to change numbers. Only Suplex and Headbat lets you put more monsters on board. Everything else is just a name to float into more resources. That seems totally understandable. You want to play most of the best ones, and then of course the others, like he said, just acting as names to float down into. And from what I saw in the matches that he played and I played against, the engine working pretty well. Only reason the level 1 is played at more than 1 is because it's pretty important to summon it off I Sold. So I'm assuming this guy right here, Octo Stretch, get that free summon off of I Sold, that Link monster. So very good to have 2 copies of those in there. Galaxy Worm and Rotting Captain is to go into Invoker I Sold. And of course, Hand Traps are level 3, so you can use them for Invoker too. So that works out really well. So if you do, worst case scenario, need to get to that Invoker and you don't have, you know, anything else, you can use a Hand Trap if need be. If you're opened up that bad, you still have a chance to get into your Invoker. So he said he'd play more junk forwards if he had them. So if you're thinking about playing a build with more junk forwards, go for it. He said probably be better to play more if he had them. And he said here, doesn't know if the bamboo swords are better than the Phoenix Blade, and haven't tested enough. Could drop for more space for other techs. Definitely understandable. I thought this was a very, very unique draw engine to play in the deck. So we don't see Cursed Bamboo Sword and the Bamboo Sword and the whole Bamboo Sword trio that often, but when we do, it's pretty interesting. And then he said, shout out to the guy that caught the Firewall Ibly misplay. Good to see it and know how to correct it during testing. So yeah, I believe there was a comment that got brought up in the last duel video of Invoke Mega Knight versus Gouki Knightmare that said that it was some sort of mishap involving Firewall Dragon and Ibly and how the chain links had worked. But so whoever made that comment, I'll pull that comment up. Hopefully I remember to. And yeah, shout out to you for helping him out and get the plays right. Don't make any more misplays like that in the future. And he said he's only been playing this deck for a few days, so if there's any other advice, he said he's willing to take it. So yeah, that's been this in-depth Gouki Knightmare deck profile. The reason we ended up doing it this way instead of IRL is because I'd have to wait. He's not going to be able to make our locals this coming Saturday, so then at least it wouldn't be till the following Saturday after that to get a physical deck profile. So this is the best we can do. He was willing to send me a screenshot and some notes, so I'll take it, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this little profile. We don't usually do profiles like this too often, very rarely that we do these, but because you know I like to keep it IRL if I can. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this deck profile. If you guys have any suggestions, advice, ideas, throw them down in the comment section below. Thank you for the people who viewed the invoked Mech Knight versus Gouki Knightmare video and leaving those comments there. Very, very helpful. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Winter Kills signing out. We'll see ya in the next one.